by any leader of opposition has made a difference to what the government has decided. So why so much of hangama over this issue?
Kartikeya, because the appointments committee that is going to choose the election commissioners of India, that is not like any other committee. I can understand in any other committee, the opposition having its say, but the government having its way, because at the end of the day, it is the people of the country who have decided to give the executive of the country to one particular party or one particular coalition, and they should have their way. But when you talk about the chief election commissioner, personally, I feel that is the most important watchdog, something I like to call the fourth pillar. Usually, you're taught about three pillars: executive, legislature, and judiciary. I like to mention a fourth pillar, which is neither a part of the executive nor of the legislature, but remains accountable to the constitution. And its job is to, sort of maintain the right balances under the constitution. So, in your initial statement, you said that this is completely in alignment with what is given in the constitution. I would beg to differ there that it may be in alignment with the letter of the constitution, but it is not in alignment with the spirit of the constitution, for the simple reason that it is the president who gets to appoint the election commissioner, and the president usually, when it comes to executive decisions, acts on the aid and advice of the council of ministers, which is essentially the prime minister and his ministers. But when it comes to issues like this, issues that are beyond just the executive function, that have to be dealt in a very bipartisan manner. And when you have a three-member committee where two people are from the government and one person is the leader of opposition, it essentially becomes a very futile and a sort of a formal exercise. The earlier committee, which the Supreme Court had put in place and which had been there for many, many years, that had a neutral person, the person from the judiciary, the Chief Justice of India, or a nominee of his who would require to be a Supreme Court judge. I think that was a very fair way to go about things. Yes, the government did have a sort of a, let's say, an uneven hand or a stronger hand compared to the opposition, but that's perfectly all right. The government was not in, the government did not have the unfettered power to appoint just about anybody. You always had the Chief Justice's check on that. But now in this new formed committee, which has been brought by this new law, there is absolutely no check on the government. And like somebody earlier in the
Okay.
statement said, justice should not just be done, it should be seen to be done.
Okay.
The committee should not just be fair, it should seem to be fair.
Okay. Anila Singh joins me, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party. Madam, what is your view on the issue which Rahul Gandhi has, taken up on the appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner? Uh, my question to you is: does it make a difference, or do you think that the government is heading towards some sort of a head-on clash with the Supreme Court of India on this issue?
My Ram Ram to all. And the concern which Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji he is showing, I think that is baseless. He has started doubting each and everything which is being done or which is under the central government. His sole issue is that he has to say against it. He has to stand against it. That is why he is saying, okay, now we are going to knock the doors of the Supreme Court, and this is not proper. And he said that it is not in the spirit of Ambedkar Saab, who was the chairman of the Constitution Framing Committee. The reality is the political party, Congress political party, it has ever followed what Baba Sahib Ambedkar said? Never ever. It is the political party when, in part, they changed the preamble as well. So the reality is, the fact is, the people who are saying that whatever is being done, whether it is the committee which is formed to get the new election commissioner elected, that is not proper, that is not ethical, that goes against the spirit of the constitution and the people or the democracy. I think he is absolutely wrong about it, and he should stop doubting whether it is election commission, whether it is ED, CBI, or any other institute. So
I'm
he
also
should
okay.
sorry.
You made your point. I'm also joined by Pooja Tripathi, spokesperson of the Congress Party. So what's the issue at hand, Pooja? What's the issue at hand?
Kartikeya, the issue is the issue of democracy at hand. The any impartial recruitment and something as crucial as the Chief Election Commission and election commissioners, who are responsible for free and fair conduct of election, they should rest on the principles of fairness, transparency, and inclusivity. First, you remove the sole judicial member, the Chief Justice of India, and then you have a 2:1 weightage. You have a leader of opposition and one minister nominated by the central government, be it prime minister and as we see Amit Shah ji is presiding over the committee, and that's where and Rahul Gandhi in his note of dissent, he has not taken objection on the name of Chief Election Commissioner. He has taken objection on the process, because when you talk about this three-membered community, Rahul Gandhi is as equal as Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah ji. So when he raised a question that let's wait for the Supreme Court hearing, which is scheduled tomorrow,